Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Using my Light Seers Tarot today for my first two readings. A little bit late today, had chiropractic appointment this morning and then harvested the pomegranate off my pomegranate tree. And then, of course, then I had to spend ages de-seeding it. So love harvesting from the garden. Okay, the debt ceiling, it's been voted through the House. It will pass very quickly through the Senate, and then it will be signed. So all my readings and most readings that reputable readers had done had said yes, it will get through, but it will be at the 11th hour and scraping through by the fingernails type thing. For anyone that's worried about that the Democrats voted with the Republicans to get the numbers to get the debt ceiling raised, pop over to Beau of the Fifth Column's YouTube channel and have a look at his. He's done two videos today, but one of them is uh, two wings of a bird and both same sides of the coin or whatever it is. You'll find it there. He explains it very perfectly. That why this was done, and that even though there was 2 billion taken back off the IRS, the Democratic Party had already 6 months ago or whatever given the IRS 80 billion. So politics, it's a little bit of back and forth and negotiation. So still progressing, still out in front. Okay, entertainment only. Going to have a look at one of my lovely viewers asked me to see what Liz Cheney's up to at the moment. Now, Liz Cheney and Stacey Abrams, I'll do separate readings for them. See how we go for time. Now, Liz Cheney, she lost the GOP primary because she stood up to Trump and was on the January 6th committee. She's now been promoted to Professor of Practice in the Center of Politics at the University of Virginia. So she's doing okay. And what I really feel is that she's not going to come back into politics for a while yet. I think I did a reading on her 12 months ago, something like that, and I had a similar feel then. But let's see what's in store for Liz Cheney. What's in store for Liz Cheney? That she will come back, but not for a little while yet, is what I'm really feeling. As in, probably, what am I feeling? 26, or perhaps. I'm not sure how long her tenure at the university is for, but for some reason 26 popped in my mind. Okay, come on down. Let's have a look, see what's up for Liz Cheney going forward. Yeah, she's just enjoying her freedom at the moment. She's broadening her horizons and she is just enjoying the freedom away from the argy-bargy, backstabbing, push and shove of politics. Challenged by this new, well, not even challenged by, I'm going to say she's on a new journey at the moment and she's loving it. So on the base, yeah, Four of Swords, I'm not surprised. She's taking time out to self-nurture, self-heal, both on a really mainly on an intellectual level because I don't think we realised how much it took out of her to do the January the 6th. Realise that the party that she and her father had devoted their lives to turned out to be I won't say it on on air. So she's taken a backward step to just do some self nurturing, and you can't blame her. In the past, she's financially fine. Uh, emotionally emotionally finding joy. To be honest, she's loving the freedom, and that's in the. I mean, when I say the past, I mean this is literally before when she was, thank you, they're telling me it's when she got the position of Professor of Practice at the Centre of Politics at the University of Virginia. Yeah, so she's good. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, she's just plodding along. She is okay, thank you. They're telling me she is keeping her finger in politics. I mean, she's Professor of Practice at the Centre of Politics. But she's just making slow and steady progress forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's influencing those who are coming through the system now, is what I'm getting. So it's a behind the scenes work where she's working on the ethics and loyalty and morality and in regards to politics. But yeah, doing fine. Immediate future, King of Swords. It's a doing card. It's an intellectual doing card. It is the teacher mentor, bringing forth the wisdom, bringing forth transformation and truth as well, and enjoying her freedom. So this is her in the immediate future, uh, directing the teaching, but he's the king, so he's the most powerful of them. Directing the centre of practice, being a professor. I don't know quite how else to put it. Um, Externally for her, yes, she's set up the boundaries. Set up the boundaries, put the line in the sand and said, I'm not crossing this anymore. This is where I stand, and she stands there defiantly. She actually is standing there defiantly in the stance that she took in regards to Trump and the GOP at the time. She's doing better work in this behind the scenes. Now, when I did this past reading on her, I did see that she would get a position behind the scenes. In when I say back into politics, I think she will come back into an administration, and I don't even think it's the GOP administration. I think she'll come back into a Democratic um, administration, but still as a Republican, but a very moderate Republican. But yeah, here she is. She's lit her new career. She's taking it on with passion, and she's standing defiantly and saying, "This is my place in the world." Internally, not surprised. She is so heartbroken with the way the GOP has turned. She's heartbroken about what's happening in politics at the moment. She needs to go through a grief period internally, and she needs to make sure that she works through it. This is the GOP, her father, who, okay, he's a bit of a, when you find out in hindsight what he was really doing behind the scenes. But her father dedicated his life to the GOP. She dedicated to her life to the GOP, and she's absolutely heartbroken in regards to what it's turned into, the fast that it's turned into. What else am I getting with this card? She's heartbroken. She's okay, thank you. I've got that she's divorced herself from the GOP, but I think that's more the current GOP. Okay, thank you guys. What they're telling me, so she's divorced herself from the GOP. I think she's become apolitical, as in neither nor type energies, because of what the GOP has become, but she can't bring herself to be a Democrat, if that makes sense. So she's neither nor. Okay. Hopes and fears, yeah, she has to. There's still a lot of negative messaging targeting her. I always find it really interesting how those that are progressive, if they don't agree, they just ignore. Those that are conservative, if they don't agree, get violent and threaten and all the rest of it. She's very comfortable where she is. She is in a safe, serene, peaceful position, and she's protecting herself against any negative messaging that is attacking at her. So I can't blame her whatsoever. The outcome, Nine of Swords. She's still got the anxiety. Excuse me for a second there. Still sleepless, she still has this despair periods of time. But if you look up the myth of the White Raven, I know I should do it, but I never do. The White Raven is slowly going to work its way through the darkness, bring its light. So, yeah, she's still feeling it going into the future, but the time will turn. And Ace of Swords, it's a new intellectual start for her where she's putting the steps into motion. to make it happen. Okay, yep, Five of Pentacles. She's got a protective armor around herself in this position. She's going to, at some stage, have to step up and shed that armor and unlock the door for the potentials going forward with that Five of Pentacles. She's got to be careful that she doesn't let emotion cloud her choices with that Seven of Cups in regards to the GOP. So the past in regards to the GOP. I see this all as her, the Five of Wands. It's my GOP card, the infighting card. She's going to have to be very careful she doesn't let this infighting cloud her judgment going forward, because it's an ending of a cycle for her where she's going to step over into a new dawn with this Queen of Wands energy. This Queen of Wands, where she's going to internally really be faced with the truth for her future going forward. Queen of Wands, what she does is she's the Ice Queen, who very chillingly, so queens are internal, kings are external. She's very chillingly looking at the truth for the future going forward, not looking forward to something, but going forward to something, where she's analysing, very deeply analysing before she will step into with the Emperor. Step in and take control of the direction of her life, where she will find emotional fulfillment with the Six of Cups, where she will be seen and there will be a new opportunity presented to her, which will come fairly quickly when the time is right, and the truth will spur her on for this movement forward. Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, where she will be bringing forward a new message and beating her drum, and then she will be in this High Priestess energy of intuitive connection. So, okay, what I'm going to stick by what I've read in the past and what I've seen. I did have one of my lovely viewers say, "Could you please name all the cards?" The reason I don't is it breaks the flow of the story. And when you're reading tarot, it's not about reading the meaning of a card by rote. It's about the story that the cards bring forward and develop, and it's about the images as much as, if not more, anything than the actual meaning. You need to know the fundamental underlying meanings of the cards, but it's about the story rather than the um, uh, um, actual cards themselves. So what I see for Liz Cheney is she's doing some self-nurture, she's taking some time out, she's in this position of professor of practice. She's re-evaluating where she stands, and there will come an opportunity for her, and I'm getting 2026 in my mind. I think she's going to be, it'll be in the next Democratic administration that she will get an offer to step back into a behind the scenes position is what I'm getting. So she won't be, I'm not getting that she's going to run for, was it Missouri? She's not going to run for Congress. She's going to have a behind the scenes position. So here we've got, she's in a position to be able to manifest possibilities for herself, not with the GOP currently in Congress in its current state. So that's why she's taking step back, self-nurturing, divorced herself from the current GOP before and she's just taking time for herself. But the Magician, she's in a position where she can manifest possibilities. She's taking the time to decide what is really important to her. She's introspecting before she steps forward into this new life path, where she will nurture opportunities, is what I'm getting. So, yeah, don't worry about Liz Cheney. She's doing good. and looking after herself. So I don't agree with all her policies. I don't agree with her politics, but when push came to shove, she did the right thing and she's reevaluating. So thank you for joining me. We're all human. We're allowed to change our minds when we're presented with new information. So thank you for joining me. Look after yourselves. Take care.